I just wanted to show you guys my like 3 favorite features of Google Analytics that are kind of intermediate that drive the most value for me as a marketer. So the first one here is a traffic demographic, and actually I already showed you guys that. It's incredibly valuable. You can use that for your Facebook ads, for your display ads, to understand who's visiting your website. You can tweak your positioning based on that. It's a very, very powerful insight. And so again, to get this, it's under audience, demographic, and you can toggle between overview and interest. Sorry, between demographics and interest to get a good sense of who they are. The second one is attribution models. One of the things that marketers always argue about is which attribution model should I use. And what this means is when somebody clicks on my website and converts, who gets credit? Is it the last interaction, as we can see here on top, or is it the first interaction, right? So an example of first interaction might be an ad from Google, and an example of a last interaction might be a newsletter that you send them. But the reason you were able to send them a newsletter is because they signed up because of an ad from Google. Maybe they also, in the middle of this, interacted with social media and your Twitter post or something like that. So in this tool here, you can basically compare the two. So first interaction versus last interaction gives us this result. And so we'll find here that when looking at things from first interaction to last interaction, there's a decrease of 12% in the value that we receive from paid search. And so actually, let's change our goals here. So you can change us here. If you want to look at one specific goal, you can change it up here. And if you want to look at all your goals, you can just leave it as is. And then if you make this for a longer time frame, you'll see kind of like a bit more numbers. So, and then here for paid search, Google tells me how much money I spent for that given time frame. And it gives you a cost per acquisition based on that interaction. And so here we have all these conversions, and let's say that your conversions were worth money. You can just look at not all your goals, but let's say just this one goal. And then here you would have, let's say, how much money you made from these conversions. So it's a great way to compare the two. So here you'll notice that direct is much higher last interaction. That makes sense, right? They go to your website directly because maybe they bookmarked it, maybe somebody emailed it to them, and it was what the person was looking for, and then they converted. Whereas paid search now has a minus 20% in terms of like how many conversions it drove. So you can play with the different models, and this provides a lot of insights. You can use kind of like a linear approach or a time decay approach, where the earlier ones are worth less than the later ones. So I would highly encourage you to play with this and compare the different models. And then last but not least, there's a funnel visualization, which allows you to understand how people are converting. So for that, you just select something that has a funnel. And so I think this is an example. And so here you can see basically a funnel flow. So if you have 17 steps, you will see where people are dropping off inside your funnel. And then you'll plug the holes. You'll try to make sure so this is a terrible funnel, for example, where only 5% of people are converting. These are 2 arbitrary conversions. I said, show me a goal for somebody that visits this page and then visits that page. And like the odds of that happening is 5.87%.
So you need to load up every step of your funnel, Carl?
You do load it up, yes. Okay. So the question is, do you load up every step of the funnel? The answer is yes, and here's how to do it. So you go under admin, then you go under goals, and then you create a new goal, and you'd say, okay, so my goal is a destination, such as a thank you page. We're going to name this test goal. And then you basically say, okay, so whenever the URL is equal to /welcome, let's say, or /thank you, right? That's the example they use. And it's not case sensitive. Then this is going to have a value of $1, and this is a funnel. And so here you would add every step of your funnel. and then
Okay.
you would be able to visualize that. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a little confusing that it's under the admin section as opposed to the reporting tab, but that's kind of like how you create those goals.